Welcome to another episode of your Average Day Joes. I'm your host, C.
And Jay, what's up?
What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is having a great Thursday. We are almost there, guys. You guys stuck it out for the day, and I did the same thing. It was my Monday. I was like at work a little bit miserable today trying to get through it, but I did. I kept myself as busy as I could, and we are here. Going on to Friday, our very last day. Hopefully, some of you did have a Juneteenth day and had a great day because it was off, and you just have to go back to work for one more day. But like my wife, she was one of those lucky few, so that's pretty cool. How's everything with you, Jay?
Oh, it's good. Just had that minor. Hold on, let me see. Is that PG&E? Oh yeah, power has been restored. So yeah, that's why we're late. I was going from the car to here to car because we were gonna stream. I was gonna stream from my car, and all the power. Right when this happened last time in January, that I was just about to start, and then boom, I went. I was like, oh, the power's back on. Came back in here. So now we're starting again.
That's crazy how it just happens sometimes like that, you know. But hey,
It happened the same way last time. I saw it. I told you on the phone, like, bro, it's gonna. I saw it. I saw the same thing happening, and it's exactly same setup. I set it up in the car. I was like, all right, I'm ready. Boom. I see all the lights in the neighborhood gone. I was like, shit, man.
no, definitely. It was. You told me right, it was the funniest thing too, because right before that happened, you were like, "Bro, it is hella windy here, man." Like you were just telling me how windy and bad it was.
I know.
You know.
It it was like, damn, bro. Like so, but now we're back. We're on. I gotta wait for that's everything's going back on slowly. So I'm gonna have to reset stuff now after the show. I'll reset more of everything, but I gotta reset a lot of things. So
yeah. All right. Well, let us get into some. I guess Jay, did you know segment?
Yes, sir.
Jay, did you know that there's going to be new California laws coming into effect on July 1st, 2025?
I know gas is being raised, unfortunately, so that's about it.
It's going to be up almost another $1 from what it is now. So
fucking clowns.
I'm just super happy that one of my choices of driving vehicles was a Tesla, so that I will be paying my $18.58 at my pump. While y'all is going to be paying $50-$60 at the pumps.
While I'll be Amazon.
And your Hummer would be about $120, if not more, at the pumps.
Are you kidding me? My Hummer takes 200 plus to fill up. Are you joking?
Are you kidding?
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding.
200
literally.
Plus?
Yeah.
I hope you could drive that shit all the way to fucking New York with that kind of fucking $200 bullshit.
That's only if I want it full. Exactly. That's if I want it full.
How many miles per gallon do you get on that thing, bro?
I don't know. 8?
8?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Shit. You are not doing your part to save this planet.
Oh yeah, because Hummers are really about, come on, man.
Not at 8 miles per gallon, bro.
we don't condone that stuff, man.
Let me see, what is your best gas saving car that you have? I think your best one is doing I think you're pulling 14s.
And what?
Miles per gallon?
For what? For which one?
I don't know. The best one that you got is doing the best gas mileage. I think you're pulling some 14s there, bro.
Maybe.
You think
I don't know. I have all V8s and above, so I don't know.
I know that's what I'm saying. I think 14s is like your best one.
Lucky for me, I only go literally here, Matteo, SF, sit.
Shit.
You ain't catching me. Yeah, I don't really have to mob around. Everything's here.
Well, I know.
Everything is literally here, so I don't really have to. I never have to leave areas at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the best part.
What you're mobbing in now, it's a 4-cylinder anyway, right? So you still saving the world, doing your part.
I don't have a 4-cylinder.
No, you have it. I'm saying what you're mobbing in is a 4-cylinder.
No, it's a 6.
Oh, it's a 6?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
I don't even think they made a 4-cylinder in that.
No, I don't know what series that was that you're driving.
Yeah. It's a 6.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Jay, they're going to be having new laws coming out in California starting July 1st, and some of these new laws are going to be for bus drivers. Starting on July 1st, drivers hired to transport students to school will need to meet a number of new requirements, including passing a criminal background check. So I don't know. I guess
Okay.
I'm surprised that they didn't do that already before.
I know. I was like, I thought that was already common sense, but okay.
Now they're also going to be there's going to be a new law coming into effect called the truancy warnings. Currently, when a student has 3 unexcused absences or tardies
Uh-huh.
over 30 minutes to a school year,
Uh-huh.
schools are required to warn parents that they and their children may be subject to legal penalties for truancy. A new law removes the requirement to include the prosecution notice from the initial warning. Best practice: avoid punctuative messaging and instead encouraging communication between school and families to develop solutions.
Is that like public school or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say because we had that in private school already. Like you
Right.
can't even if you were late, you got detention. If you didn't shave, you got detention. I already had that stuff. So
Another new law coming into California is for students that a new law requires schools that serve grades 7 to 12 to print the number for a suicide hotline on school ID cards.
oh shit.
And then there's another law coming out that's abuse prevention training. Teachers and other education agency employees will be required to receive annual training on preventing the abuse of children on school grounds or during school programs.
Okay. I didn't know all this stuff. Wow.
Adam Johnson is not going to be a happy man.
A
Training, a lot of training.
lot of training for Adam. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. Internet, online marketplaces. A new law will require online marketplaces like Amazon to alert law enforcement agencies if it knows of a third party seller is selling stolen goods to California residents.
Good. I ain't mad.
What else they got? Food delivery ID starting on July 1st. Food delivery platforms will be required to provide customers with a picture of the person delivering their food and their first names.
Okay.
So, any DoorDash driver, if you are trying to deliver in California after July 1st, you will need an ID from DoorDash or whichever
Good.
platform you are serving.
What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with
No, not at all. Not at
that.
all.
Exactly. Sounds like they're just making things more efficient, you know?
See what else you got. Oh, I got one. I got one that's going to affect you, brother.
Nothing affects me.
Check this out. They got a law coming out July 1st that says property owners who rent their places on a short-term basis or short-term lodging platforms such as Airbnb will be required to disclose cleaning tasks guests should complete to avoid additional fees.
Okay.
Those who violate the new law could be subject to civil penalties of up to $10,000 per violation.
Okay.
So yeah, that might affect you a little bit.
Nah, not really. I don't I'm pretty stern. I'm pretty like, I don't invite you could only have 2 people in my Airbnb. That's it.
Uh-huh.
So I don't get really any of the party crowd at all.
Yeah.
I don't get any of those types because you're only allowed to have 2 people. So a lot of the time I only have 2, sometimes even just 1 and a pet.
Wow.
I keep it quiet. That's a good thing because that's how I have it, I set it like that on purpose.
Right.
And I have to approve people. So I have to approve people.
Got you.
It helps a lot when I have it really tight knit like that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else I got. I guess the last law that is kind of like something to talk about is scholarship displacement. Under current law, colleges and universities that receive money from the state cannot reduce a student's institution-based gift aid offer below the student's financial needs, just because the student has received money from certain scholarships or other programs. The new law adds Cal Grants to the list of programs students may receive aid from without having schools lower their aid offers. So
Okay.
that's kind of nice for the students, you know. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so that is our new laws coming into effect July 1st, 2025. Let's see what else I got for you, Jay. What do I got? What do I got? Did you know, Jay, that gold prospectors find an incredible gold prospectors incredible find in remote Aussie bush? So I guess some gold prospectors found some amazing stuff in Australia.
Australia, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I
Uh,
was not aware.
yeah. So it says that they came across an ancient ruin in the bush, and this is in Australia. It's some kind of structure, symmetrical brick walls tower over 3 meters from the ground, almost resembling the Aztec temple. However, it's never had a mythological use. Its purpose was purely industrial. So in 1887, when the walls were built, a large wheel was placed between them, and when it spun, it powered the Bendigo and Friars Gold Mining Company's large stamp battery, a device used for crushing ore to extract gold. So they just like stumbled upon some like ancient ruin, you know?
Damn. And that was in Australia?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Jay, do you remember yesterday reporting on the Honda rockets?
Yeah. What about it?
So I guess today, Jay, did you know that Honda finally said that they did test the first reusable rocket it had, and it looks like it was a done deal. It worked.
Good. I kind of figured, but yeah, I didn't see that today, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Let's see what else I got for you. Let's see right now. Do you know, Jay, what are the top 5 most popular dog breeds right now in this current state of affairs that we are in?
I probably know when you say them.
The ones that just like people are going crazy for and trying to get right now.
People are all trying to get fucking the same fucking bulldogs. That's all it is. That's all people want. People want bulldogs. People want bulldogs, corgis, huskies, retrievers, labs, all of them.
Before, yeah, but now they're just mixing all these new like dogs up, and like even like if I told you the names of some of these, bro, you would not know what they are, but they're like a mix of like
Oh, they're like, oh wow, they're mixes.
so like
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you the trends.
no, I know what you're
Trending
saying.
dogs.
But check
Yeah.
this out. Number 5 is Labradoodle, right? That's number
Okay.
5. Labradoodle. So it's like a lab with a doodle.
Yeah.
You know.
I got it.
Number 4 is a Shiba Doodle.
What the fuck? So they mix the Shiba Inu with that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Retarded.
Number 3 is a Golden Doodle.
Oh my god. And see, oh my god. Who's doing this?
Number 2 is a Aussie Doodle.
Oh my god. This list
And
is not the business.
number 1 dog that everybody's trying to get right now is a Yorkie Poo.
Wow. Jesus. All mixed. That's funny.
And we got Pure Light Night in the house giving their take on the dog breeds. And they say German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, Corgi,
See?
and Pit Bull.
See? They understand. They understand normalcy. Exactly.
Say Pit Bull with husky eyes. That'd be nice. That's kind of like your dog, Jay. But yours is not a Pit Bull.
I don't have Pit in it. He doesn't have Pit in it.
You got what is yours again? Husky and what?
He's half husky, half corgi.
Oh, Corgi.
Yeah.
Jay, did you know that after reporting yesterday that everything's ahead of schedule for Tesla, that today the court system of Austin is asking Tesla to delay their robotaxi launch?
No way. Why?
Yeah. They're just saying that they want to make sure that everything's perfected 100% before he rolls everything out.
Oh, yeah, but it's already out. Like he just hasn't said, "Hey, it's official." He already has his cars out.
Oh, I know, but they're not taking people. So
No,
I'm saying,
not yet.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that's what I
think
mean.
they just want to test it for like 21 more days.
3 more weeks? No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They're crazy.
Jay, did you know that the Border Patrol has uncovered a very, very sophisticated drug smuggling tunnel under Otay Mesa in California?
I did not know that.
Yeah. All right, Jay. Well, if you didn't know that, let me see if you knew that Mr. President Donald Trump says he'll decide whether U.S. will directly attack Iran within the next 2 weeks.
Oh shit. Really?
Yep.
Damn.
So we are going to be. Hopefully, I got a feeling he's just trying to get everything resolved beforehand because he's already telling them to like give up and stuff.
I bet he is. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. I got a feeling.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
They probably don't need no more bloodshed, man.
Jay, did you know that a drug informant who helped the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration build some of its biggest cases has been arrested and charged with scheming to extort major cocaine traffickers facing extradition from Colombia and the Dominican Republic?
Damn. No, I didn't know.
And we got Pure Light Knight saying, "Swear, C looks exactly like my brother. I tuned in because I thought it was him. His name also so if a C lives in NorCal, Jim Bro."
No shit. Lives in NorCal as well. That's funny.
That's
That's
crazy.
what's up. That's funny.
Yeah. I got the nice shirt on today. I came from work. I didn't have time even to like change or nothing.
Fuck all that. You don't need
So
to
fuck
go on the
yeah.
way it is, man. Fuck it. Nothing
Yep.
wrong with that.
And shout out to the 34 people watching, by the way. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. And Jay, did you know that Ghana in Africa has lost 11 billion to gold smuggling?
Damn. I did not know that.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy because I mean that's probably you think it's like the miners, you know what I mean, doing that?
I don't know.
That'd be crazy, right?
I haven't researched that at all, so
Yeah, that's true. Let me ask you this, Jay. What do you think would happen if you put premium gasoline into a lawnmower?
I don't know, man. Why?
Just a question. I want to see if you think anything might happen. I want to see what the average day Joes would think.
I don't know. I don't think
So
of things like that. But yeah, go ahead.
so somebody actually tried this, and it says that the only thing they did is lost an additional 20% by getting premium because it didn't do shit to their lawnmower.
Oh, okay.
You would think
No
it's gonna
shit.
run hella better and type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like, oh, it was just like, you know what I mean, like
All right,
going crazy.
fastest lawnmower ever made. All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
I was like, that's what I was saying. Like, oh shit, he probably,
everybody
probably
should.
went for it. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought I was gonna hear.
That's crazy. Let's see. Jay, did you know that in the Bay Area there is a city that has canceled its fireworks show this coming up 4th of July?
Which city?
Looks like it's a city within San Jose, California. Alameda Lake Park fireworks display.
I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, but it's in San Jose, so they canceled one of the ones in San Jose.
Okay,
Crazy, right?
it is.
Let's see what else I got. Looks like Jade Honda is really pushing to come out with that hydrogen engine. They are really talking about it. So that's going to be kind of crazy.
Yes.
And I think that's pretty much it for us for Jay Did You Know segment. Yep, I think we are done with that. So let us move on. And really quickly, let's just say what Pure Light Night is saying, which is 11% of the world's gold is owned by the women in India, some sort of religious reason.
Really?
Good to
Damn.
know. I have no
I didn't
idea.
know
Damn, India is rich, man. India is rich. At least the women are,
that.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, shout out to the 39 people watching. Let's get into some of these sports news and see what is going on in the sports world. What we got in the NBA, brother?
What we starting with? We'll start with NBA. Yeah, we can start NBA. So yeah, it was game six. Game six, man. Indiana and OKC. I told you. If the Thunder start slow, they were just gonna chill. So they were down by like 10, 15, 20. They were just like, we're done. They even went down by I think 30 in the game. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I was cooking. But it made sense. If they even remotely had a lead or anything, I think they would have, hey, let's put our foot on the gas, but they were like, nah, we're cool. Indiana, I guess I don't even know if Halliburton played. Remember, that was the whole thing, if he
Got
played or
14
not.
points,
Oh,
23.
okay, so he played a little bit, yeah. So nothing out of the ordinary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Because now
star,
OKC gets to go back home. They'll be fine. Win game seven. They'll be good.
the star of the Pacers game today was actually Obi Toppin.
Yeah, see that, and that's good because he was at home. That's what you're supposed to do when you're at home. You have your role players come through for you. It's good. You know what I mean? He had what? He have 20? That's good. He
Yeah,
had 20 off the bench. That's perfect, man. You know. But yeah, so yeah, okay, so he'll be fine. They'll go home, do what they have to do, and defend their home court.
this
And
time
got their
around on Thunder, Caruso did not even score 1 point, bro.
see. There
He
you go.
played 2 minutes.
But he also, that's what I mean. That's why it's important to win the home game. You could lose on the road. You're going back home. You're fine.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll have a great game next game. He'll have, any kind of contribution, 10 points, 5, 20. That's what all the role players do at home. They
No, for
score.
sure, for sure.
Yeah. So that's why it was very important to win that game 5.
Yep.
So game 7, NBA wanted, which is perfect. Sunday, try to get some ratings, get some money, which is great. Great for the NBA.
Nice. And
That's
we'll be reporting on
perfect.
that Monday.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect day for a game 7. Why it's Sunday, everyone can watch. It'll be on 5, 7, whatever channel they put it on. So
Hey, you
it'll
know
be
what?
good.
You know what we should do for the Average Day Joes, bro? Or at least we can do it where it's a special that if they want to check us out on TikTok on Sunday, maybe when we go to the gym, we'll hit it. We'll hit them up with a live on TikTok, exclusive TikTok live for Sunday night at the gym.
On TikTok?
Yeah, just on TikTok.
Okay.
I mean, we could do
Yeah.
all the platforms. It don't matter. But I'm just saying, like I was thinking, maybe just to like have TikTok on. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it for all the platforms. Screw it, man. Because in case some people don't got TikTok or they don't want to download TikTok,
Okay.
we can do it
Yeah.
for everybody. We'll do a
Do
live
it.
and we'll just kind of announce during the live the score of the NBA game and see what happens.
Well, it
We can.
depends what time we go. That game, they're gonna put that game on prime time, right?
Oh yeah, we going at 8 p.m.
Yeah, that game will probably be over by then, bro.
So I'm saying, so we can announce it at the
Oh
gym,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, for sure.
and stuff.
Yeah, that game they'll probably have that game at 5. That'll be over by the time we're at the gym.
People will want to chime in and watch us because they'll be bored after the game is over.
That's all good. I'm always down to go live, homie. That's
Yeah.
cool with me. I'm
So
about that life.
we'll go live Sunday and Monday, and then we'll announce Sunday the NBA scores and what happened real quick. We'll
Yeah,
let you
for
know.
sure. Oh, that's easy. That's cool.
But yeah, we got
I'm
we got to
down.
do it for our average day Joes. You know what I'm saying? We got we
Perfect.
got big.
Hey, that's perfect with me. Let them know. Let it be known. NBA. Cool. That's cool.
Exactly.
That's good for me. I am not mad at that.
Do you have any more trending topics from the NBA or no?
No, it was just Pacers.
Uh,
Obviously, like I said, it was OKC. They were just once they went down, it was like we're cool.
Then let us move on and get into some MLB scores. What's going on in MLB world, man?
Let's see. MLB, what current games do we have today? We have two current games right now. Finally, the Padres are beating the Dodgers. That's the first time I've said that. It's 3-0 Padres in the bottom of the seventh.
Don't jinx it. Knock on wood.
I know, right? Well, I mean, every time I report your Padres squad, they struggle against the Dodgers. So they're finally winning 3-0. Hopefully they could close that out. And then the other game we have current, another team that I always announce is losing, the A's. The A's are winning 4-1 over the Astros in the top of the eighth. Hopefully they could close that out in sack. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can knock that out. That'll be cool. Those are the two current games right now. There was a lot of double headers today. Why? Because remember what happened yesterday? All the postponed. So a lot of teams had to play double headers today. Let's see. So Pirates and Tigers. Game 1, the Tigers took it to the Pirates 9-2. In game 2, the Pirates beat the Tigers again in extra innings 8-4. So they made up those games. Let's see. Another makeup today was Cardinals and White Sox. Game 1, Cardinals beat the White Sox 5-4. And in game 2, Cardinals beat the White Sox in extra innings 8-6. Damn, so both those teams, okay. They both did work. It's hard to play double headers, man. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Or 2 back-to-back games, you get like a half hour in between. Man, that's tough.
Yep.
That's a tough one. With the let's see, let's get to the Orioles beat the Rays 4-1. Braves beat the Mets 7-1. Phillies beat the Marlins 2-1. The Giants, they had a couple people trending from their team. Wilmer was trending on one of them, but they beat the Guardians 2-1, which is good since they lost the other day to them. Diamondbacks beat the Blue Jays 9-5. Royals, they beat the Rangers 4-1. They had someone trending named Jack Caglianone. I actually don't know who that is, but he hit two home runs against the Rangers, which helped them to the 4-1 victory. So that's very good. It's always nice when you when you hit a couple jacks in the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So always a good feeling. But they had a nice 3-game sweep, so that's good. It's good beating Texas like that. But yeah, big ups to the Royals. They did good. But yeah, that was another one trending. Brewers beat the Cubs 8-7. Nationals beat the Rockies in 11, 4-3. Yankees beat the Angels 7-3. And the Twins beat the Reds 12-5. A lot of games today.
Oh yeah.
Had to make up for a lot of those postponed. That's why. So yeah, that's MLB today.
And is that all the trending topics for MLB?
Yeah. We only had Wilmer on the Giants, and then that guy in the Royals game for the Royals that hit 2 jacks.
Yeah. Well, let us get into what Zach 112 is asking, and that is, what's your opinion on Donald Trump?
Trump? What do you mean? Who asked? Hold on. Who asked what?
Zach 112 is asking, what's your opinion on Donald Trump?
My opinion or your opinion?
Your opinion.
My opinion?
It's our opinion.
I got
Your
nothing
opinion
wrong.
is my opinion, so just say the opinion.
I got nothing wrong with President Trump, man. I know President Trump is a very he does, what we need for our country. I believe President Trump has been on the right path with what he's been doing. You could tell President Trump he definitely has chess moves always in the back of his head. So I think President Trump, he's been doing good. I haven't seen anything bad he's done. This whole little war thing is it came, kind of quick. So I don't know what he plans on it. Like you said, we're about attacking Iran, but other than that, ever since he became president, again, I think he's been solid. You think the same thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, my opinion, I'm not a political person, so as long as you're not hurting somebody or doing something that's like, you know what I mean, like totally against what like the free will of a human soul is, then I think that that's okay. And what Trump is doing is he's correcting a lot of things that people don't like, but at the end of the day, somebody had to do it, and it was him that needed to do that, because a lot of people will see him as like the unpopular opinion because of what he's doing, or they'll be like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Screw Trump. I can't believe he's doing this, blah, blah, blah. But when you look at the voting, more people voted for him and to do these jobs. Like, we all knew what he was going to have to do. So more people voted for him to do that job and to get it done. And now you have this like group of people who can't like face the fact that, you know, more people wanted him to get the job done this time around than didn't. And yeah, it's just kind of we're hearing it from, you know, mass media and stuff, because that's
Well, we always report on President Trump.
we always do, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't really report bad things about President Trump, do we? No.
At all.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very easy question. That's what I mean. Like, you know, you're like, I know we're not. I don't think I'm a political person at all. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm more in sports.
We're both in agreement that he's doing the right job that needs to be done.
Of course he is. We report his stuff every week.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
If he was doing dumb shit, we report it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. Well, let us move on into some trending news. What is going on in today's trending topics? All right, let me pull this up for you guys. So it looks like North Korea is being naughty. They are firing missiles through South Korea.
Great.
So it says North Korea fired more than 10 multiple launched rockets on Thursday morning from Sunan near the capital, Pyongyang, in the northwesterly direction, South Korea's military said. It did not immediately provide other details. The weapon used by the North's military are typically categorized as short-range ballistic missiles by South Korea. North Korea is banned by the UN Secretary Council resolutions from using ballistic missiles. So yeah, but I think they're getting ready for their own little thing, bro. Because, you know, it looks like with what's happening in the Middle East and stuff. You know, at the end of the day, though, when you really think about it, and like from the stuff that I learned in history, North Korea is basically just like we have. The U.S. has many puppet countries that we use as like puppets, and that is basically what North Korea is for China. It's just like a puppet state that China uses. You know what I mean? And they can get away with like other shit that they wouldn't be able to get away with themselves. So they just use North Korea. So that's really who, in my opinion, controls North Korea is really China. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going with your word.
Yep. All right. Let us move on to the next trending topic that we have, which is also a sports topic. What is going on with Adrian Peterson?
Oh man, I saw this on the high trends too. I'm a big Adrian Peterson fan, man. He was one of the hardest running backs I saw, and he even came back from that ACL hella quick, remember? But for some reason, man, he got pissed at a poker player, man. Like, I mean, he got pissed. I saw the video. He's not very great at throwing hands, let me tell you. But dude is a fucking machine, and I wouldn't want to. You know, like I saw it, he's not good at throwing hands. He even when he boxed Le'Veon Bell just to mess around, you know, for that celebrity box, he's just not good at boxing. But obviously he's jacked, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was crazy because I'm seeing him fight a random ass dude from nowhere, or nobody, you know what I'm saying? I was like, AP, what are you doing, dog? Like, what? He was pissed. Like, he was really mad, bro. Like, I was like, damn, that's AP? Why is it so, like, you know, like, damn, calm down, dog.
He probably got some money taken away from him, bro.
What?
Probably got some money taken away from him, you know?
Yeah, but AP I mean, you played in the NFL. You got to have bread, at least some millions. Like, I don't think he pissed that shit away. I hope not. He was one of my favorite running backs, dude. He ran like a fucking monster, dude. Yeah. You remember Adrian Peterson? He was a beast. But yeah, watching this video, I was like, it was crazy to me because, like, obviously, after a certain amount of time, like, they let him box out a little bit. Obviously, like I said, AP, he's not really good with the boxing tip, but if he managed to get hands on dude, it would have been over, dude. Like, I mean, like, if he, like, just all he had to do was really just run into him, like, pretend he's has a football in his hand and just run him over.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? But it didn't even get to that. It was just like, you know, a little boxing here and there, and then, you know, people obviously were gonna break it up. But I was like, damn, he was pissed. I was like, oh shit.
So
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I've never gotten that mad over like poker. I've never gotten that mad. I mean, unless, like you said, he lost a shit ton. But like, yeah, everyone in there seemed like they were chill, and then all of a sudden, boom, he got pissed. You know what I'm saying? So it just came out of left field. I was like, well, damn. You know?
Pure Light Knight makes a good point. He says, or they say, not very good at throwing hands in poker, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
He lost, he lost his hand, he lost his money, and then he lost his cool.
He definitely lost his cool, dude, because like I said, dude, AP's always been, he's even been cool on the football field, bro, even if you fucking tackled him all wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, man, you know, I mean, I know he got in trouble back in the day for like whooping his kid. That did happen back in the day. I remember that when he got in trouble. So
the only person he can whoop is somebody much smaller than him.
Bro, I know this video proves that he doesn't have hands and all, but no one, you wouldn't want to go toe to toe with AP, bro. Okay? The AP is an NFL football player. I don't care if you can't throw hands. Dude probably squats 600 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude is a tank. You know, I don't care what anybody got to say about that, man. It was like there was a picture floating around on the social media today, and it was funny. You know who Triple G is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like he's that boxer, you know. I forgot his name, Golovkin, I think. You know, there was a picture of him and a picture of Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was a defensive end for the for the Los Angeles Rams. You know.
Okay.
And people were like, someone actually had the nerve to say, hey, the guy on the left who was Triple G would easily beat the guy on the right. This dude is like jacked and huge, like in a fight. I was like, we're talking like, dude, just straight fucking just use your head, bro. You really think that 140-pound little person is going to beat up this 300-pound DN? Are you crazy? Like, bro, and not to mention Aaron Donald was a smaller one, so he was probably like 270, but like all pure muscle and fast as shit. Who says shit like this? That's what I mean. Like that's what that video reminded me of, kind of like, okay, AP has no hands, but imagine if he ran you over and now you're on the ground. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like the person who wrote that about Triple G, like, oh, if Aaron Donald and him put hands in a street fight, it wouldn't even be close. Like, are you kidding? All Aaron Donald would have to do is run dude over, put him on the ground, and dude would die. Literally die. You know, you have like 150-pound gap of weight there. Doesn't even make fucking sense, man. But that's what that reminded me of. I saw that today, and I was like, people just make me fucking laugh, dude.
The only time where I've seen that did not, that was not the case was when the other dude, the smaller dude, actually knew some shit like jiu-jitsu or something. Then
even if you were 130 pounds new jiu-jitsu, you ain't putting Aaron Donald on the fucking ground.
If you were like an expert jiu-jitsu, you're saying?
Yes, all Aaron Donald would have to do, like I said, pretend he's rushing the quarterback. You fucking run dude over. That's all you have to do.
What you're saying, but when it comes to like somebody who actually knows what they're doing professionally, like I've seen fights before UFC had weight classes. They had many fights like that, bro, where you had some big ass dude going up against a dude that just knew how to fight, like was super experienced in fighting. And I could show you a couple fights where the smaller dude. We're
talking about a professional athlete that's their profession. They are a machine.
Yeah, so,
to lift weights and to play football. Like, we're talking about a professional athlete. Are you kidding?
So you don't think that UFC is a professional athletic sport, that they don't
Of
train?
course I do. But if you're 130 pounds and you're trying to literally fight someone 270 or 280, are you, bro? It's physics.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that it has happened before with
Imagine if
people.
you put him in a little lock and dude's like, really? And he's picking him up and he's trying to choke his neck.
Yeah,
Dude is
yeah,
probably picking him up like this. Are you kidding? What the fuck are you doing? That person of that stature can kill someone that small.
yeah. Of course, of course.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So in a street fight, that's not that. Maybe in an actual ring with rules, hey, you know what? You got a great point. If you're out in the street, no way. No fucking way. I'm not buying it.
And
I'm not buying it.
and Pure Light Knight says there is something else going on with AP. People don't get mad at losing large amounts of money. They get mad at losing money they can't afford.
That's actually a good point. So he might be struggling with money. Because he shouldn't have reacted like that. He's got a good point.
So
I wouldn't. Yeah, he probably is struggling with money now because he did overreact in that video. I told you he went after dude. I was like, holy shit, he was pissed, dude. Like I said, AP's always kept his cool on the football field, and see him do that like at a poker player, like what are you doing?
The only other reason why something like that would have happened was because they were drinking, and
I didn't even think of that too.
and the other dude, because when people play poker, sometimes just to like get other people to like rise up and like be mad and fuck up their whole like card game, they'll talk shit to each other just to get a rise out of each other.
I didn't even think of that fact. That's a good point too.
Yeah, I got a feeling he probably was like Adrian Peterson, like you suck, like
shit. Well, yeah, no, you're probably right, bro. You're probably right. He's probably trying to get under his skin. You're right. They probably had some drinks too. You're probably right, bro. I didn't even think of that factor.
Yeah, that's poker.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Right.
But AP as a fucking running back was one of my favorites, bro. He was raw.
Definitely.
He was raw.
All right, guys. So I don't know what is happening, but we did report of a power outage the other day, which was in like Detroit. They had a whole bunch of people, and some baseball games were actually delayed, which
yesterday
because of that. Yeah. So
all
of a sudden now it looks like not only did the East Coast was there like power outages from that same storm, I think in like Philly or something, but another storm went today and swept through Colorado. And there was a major internet outage which hit Colorado today, where 45,000 people lost service nationwide.
Damn.
And that's through CenturyLink. So it was a widespread internet outage, which struck multiple telecommunications networks across the United States on Thursday, leaving over 45,000 users without internet access and causing significant disruptions in Denver and throughout Colorado. The outage primarily affected CenturyLink, Quantum Fiber, and Brightspeed services, with Quantum Fiber being a major internet provider serving Colorado communities. So yeah, guys, you might have, if you're in the Colorado area, you might have experienced some internet issues, but it looks like they might have everything back now. So yeah. You guys should be good. Let us know, though, in the comments if you guys are summers over there and you still are experiencing issues. Because, yeah, that does suck. Let us move on now and get into our next trending topic. What is going on, Jay, with Jim Jones?
I don't know, man. I was watching this. I was watching that the Jim Jones. So Jim Jones had an interview. Like he was on. So Fat Joe and Jadakiss, two great artists from New York, along with Jim Jones. They got a little like podcast thing, Joe and Jada. And Jim Jones was on there. I listened to Jim Jones. He was cool, you know what I mean? I never had a problem with Jim Jones and Dipset. But he was saying some weird shit, bro. Like even Fat Joe and Jadakiss were like, bro, what are you talking? Like basically he was saying that his catalog can compete with Nas's catalog. We're talking about Nas. Like, I grew up listening to Nas. I think Nas has the best album I've ever heard in my life with Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? We're talking 90s here, But I'm like, bro, how? And like he really had an explanation for this. Like he's like, bro, check the Billboard entries, man. My catalog compared to Nas's in 2025. Come on, man. And he was really adamant about it, bro. And I was like, I mean, obviously Nas hasn't rapped in how long, right? But I don't know. I view things very different when it comes to this. But even Jadakiss and like Fat Joe were like, bro, relax. What are you talking about? You grew up listening to Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird to me. I don't know. I couldn't let that's weird to me. You know, hearing him say something like that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I liked some of Jim Jones' songs, but does he have Nas shit? No, he has nothing on Nas at all. Not even close. Do you listen to Jim Jones or no?
Hell no.
He said, "Hell no." Yeah, but I know you listen to Ballin'. I know you like that song. Everyone liked that song. That was a good one. But like that's what I mean. He had a cool hit, couple, few hits, but they weren't on Nas level. You know what I'm saying? I think Nas's hits were just a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? But it was just weird hearing it because he was really serious about this, bro.
Yeah, Nas is on another level, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. But according to him, he's like, nah, bro, no way. He said he has a better catalog than Nas. He was dead serious too. Even like I said, even Fat Joe and Jadakiss were like, "Are you serious?" He was dead serious. I don't know, man. To me, I don't know. That's just I don't know. Obviously, Nas on a whole nother level. He invests. He's cool. He probably doesn't even think nothing of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Nas
but like that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Nah,
Nas
Nas ain't even like that. But yeah, like I said, it's not even close. Like, I don't think Jim Jones has anything close to Nas at all. At all.
And we got Pure Light Night in the house calling me out. They're saying, "Did C just say Colorado? Please raise your hand if you can't hear this message." I sure did. I sure did say that. And what I meant by that message was like, if they're still experiencing interruptions, I obviously I know that if they're not able to get on internet, that they're not going to be able to hear me.
Yeah,
unless they're on their phones and they got 5G, because internet and 5G is something.
That's kind of funny.
I definitely, but when I was saying it, I definitely thought about it, and I was like, "Huh,
Yeah.
like get that." Props
That's
to you.
just funny.
Catching
That's
that.
just funny.
But yeah, I definitely, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, there's other ways to this. There's levels to this shit.
Yes, sir.
All right, let us move on. That was our Jim Jones talking that he's better than Nas bullshit, which is all
That is some bull. That is bullshit. That is definitely bullshit.
So
trash.
Don't listen to the hype, bro, because it ain't.
Yeah,
true.
that is hype. That's just. I mean, I get it to believe in yourself. I totally get that. But let's not, let's not go to those levels. We're not going to those levels. That reminds me of the whole LeBron, I'm better than Jordan bullshit. Same thing. Same thing.
When Nas passes, his music is going to be, it already is, but it's going to be even more legendary.
Gosh.
When Jim Jones passes, the only thing that people, especially in our generation, that are going to remember him for is not even any songs. It's only the fact that in his song, he had that catchy Jim Jones saying. That's the only thing that people are going to remember of his.
Bro, you're mixing two people.
Oh, am I?
Yes, because the guy who you're talking about is Mike Jones.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Jim Jones is the East. Jim Jones, I told you, is ballin'.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's even worse.
That's what I'm telling. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. No, see, Mike Jones had a lot of hits, but he would never say he's better than Nas. He's not an idiot. That's what I mean. This whole Jim Jones thing. That's what I mean. It's weird. Weird. Yeah. That's pretty funny though,
bro. Because I was all right. Like, okay, like I already thought it was Jim Jones, and now I know that it's that. I mean, I already thought it was Mike Jones, and now you're telling me it's Jim Jones,
exactly.
Which is less of a celebrity than Mike Jones.
So. That's what I mean. Even worse. That like you didn't even. You're like who? You thought it was Mike Jones. That's pretty funny, actually. That's pretty damn funny, though. That's pretty damn funny.
Oh no, that's terrible. I did work all day today too. I am a little bit tired, guys. So,
I know. I get you. It's all good. It's not even. No,
my brain is not working on the same speed
no.
as
The best part about it is that that's how low Jim Jones is, because you didn't even know who I was talking about.
I know.
You see what I mean? To say you have a catalog like Nas, better? Crazy. That's what I'm saying, man. Come on. That's what I'm saying. That's a perfect example right there, too.
Oh my god. All right. Well, that is our Jim Jones. Jim Jones news, thinking that he is better than Nas, which, yeah, like we said,
Crazy.
is
Craziest shit I've ever heard.
great.
Craziest shit ever.
Yeah. All right. Let us move on and get into some Elon Musk news. Let us see what is going on with his SpaceX. So it looks like he tried to put another rocket into space, and what happened again? It blew up. And Jay, why did it blow up? Because we could not go into space, because it always blows up, because there is something there blocking the rockets from the capabilities of moving on past that layer of whatever it is that just disintegrates.
So what are we gonna teleport to Mars? What are you thinking here? You keep saying that, but we're gonna be in Mars soon. So what are you going to say when we're in Mars? What are you going to say we're in the space station when we're actually visiting?
Remember, Jay, it's all connected. I did report yesterday with you on this show that we did just have a successful teleportation through fiber optics. Remember that. So it's all connected.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I'm just saying.
Just saying, too.
Just letting you know, man. Just letting you know.
Pure Light Knight says that Jim Jones is better than Nas at getting busted by the FBI.
That's a good one. You're right about that too. You're definitely right about that.
That's funny.
That is funny. Oh, that's funny.
But it looks like, yeah, they Elon Musk sent another rocket up to space, and it did blow up again. Which is a big setback. This happened on Wednesday. It's the fourth failure in a row for SpaceX's Starship, all while Musk's other companies and his personal brands struggle to recover from everything else that's going on with him. So, yeah, it's just a big blow in his going his way for his company, you know. Yeah, dude, everything will be fine with him, right, Jay? Like you always say that. Like,
because man, like it's Elon Musk's enemy year, right? He's having all these so-called problems. The man still has $428 billion. How many problems can you have if you have $428 billion? You see what I mean? Come on. Jesus, man. Like he's projected to get to 700, remember 700 something in the next couple of years and then go to $1 trillion. How many problems can you possibly have if you're at that level? That's what I mean. When people say that, like, are you serious?
Yeah.
You know, like I could understand if he was negative money or something. Okay. But bro, he'll be fine. Jesus.
But just in case for the people that don't know what's been happening to him lately, basically what they're saying is that, so before his launch of the RoboTax, I'm sorry, let me try to scroll up a little bit here. So
that's launching. You already know it's already out. It's not fully out because, you know, like you said, they're not taking passengers, but it's already in Austin.
So this is what it says. It says that Musk he's trying to promote an image of safety and reliability at Tesla, which is aiming to launch its driverless robo-taxis in Austin on Sunday. Yeah. Although the initial phase is expected to be limited less than 24 cars, and Musk has warned the date could shift. But before the launch, which is what we reported on today, a group of Texas lawmakers have asked Tesla to delay the rollout of its robo-taxi service until September, citing a new law on autonomous driving set to take effect. And Tesla's share price slipped this week before recovering somewhat, following a report from Business Insider that the company plans to pause production on Cybertruck and Model Y lines for a week at its Austin factory for maintenance, the third such shutdown this year. And in Europe, where Tesla sales have been plunging, Chinese car maker BYD sold more pure battery electric vehicles over Tesla in Europe for the first time ever, according to a report. So it looks like China has taken over the European market, which is something that
Well, they have that. Remember, they came out with their Cybertruck competitor. I don't know what it is, but
it's kind of crazy what's happening, bro.
yeah, they have a Cybertruck clone for half the price.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's and do you notice that ever since they tried or they have done that in China, have you noticed? And I got a feeling that it's all connected now, bro. This just makes this was like an aha moment for me right now. But
What?
bro, tell me why a month ago we reported on this that Amazon was coming out with their own truck. Dude, I guarantee you that Jeff Bezos made some kind of backyard deal with China, and you know what I mean? Because obviously China wouldn't be able to sell that truck here. So he's basically doing it for China, bro. Dude, I guarantee you that guy's he's one of those guys, man.
You hella funny, bro. I see how your mind works, though. I see where your mind's going, though.
Yeah, you already know. You already know. But yeah, it could. Hey, but you cannot say that it might not be a possibility. That's definitely a possibility. You know?
It's a good way to not eliminate your competition, but be above it.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, he is having a lot of problems, but like you said, man, he got so much money to invest.
He's fine, man. It's his enemy year. It makes sense, but like I said, when you have hundreds of billions, you're fine.
Yeah.
Shit.
For sure.
And that's hundreds of billions with a B. I could understand if I said hundreds of millions. That's still you'd be fine. But he has hundreds of billions.
Exactly.
You know? So he'll be fine.
For sure. All right. Well, that is our Elon Musk business news. Let us move on and get into some celebrity news with Jay. What is going on with Fat Joe?
Oh man, this was weird, bro. Like, I don't know. I had very different trends today. But Fat Joe, man, like what?
By the way, Pure Light Night says, you know what they say, more money, more problems.
Life of a legend. He is right, dude. More money, more problems is correct, dude. That is a true statement. I know that. But Fat Joe, bro, he is being sued for allegedly forcing like one of his old hype dudes to partake in 4,000 sex acts. And he has dirt on Joe saying that Joe had many sexual relationships with minors. Like we're talking, he said he purchased like BBLs for 15-year-olds, like, you know, like basically making deals like, hey, this, that. And we're talking like, this is a $20 million suit, you know what I'm saying? And he has like, this dude has like, the lawsuit is like coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation. Like we're talking the whole nine here. And I was like, oh, come on, Joe. You know what I mean? Joe seems like such a chill dude. And then I'm like, oh my God. So I'm reading all this, right? And then I'm like, shit, bro. Like I could understand if someone was just saying something, but dude, like this dude has like serious like claims against Joe. And obviously he knows Joe because he used to work for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, like this is bad, dude. This is not good. This is not good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Obviously, I don't know much about Fat Joe. Like, obviously, I've listened to his music. I watch him sometimes on his podcast. He seems like a chill dude. You know what I mean? He used to be, you know, with Big Pun. You know what I mean, and all that. R.I.P. And obviously Terror Squad. You know, I grew up listening to that shit. But this dude obviously has some type of you know, merit behind what he's saying. That's what I believe, because you don't just he has a lot of dirt on this. Let's just say you don't just come at someone for 20 mil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if it's lies, you know what I'm saying? Like he's got to have some kind of dirt that's like, okay, I have these lawyers, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I bet you he tried to handle it with Joe, like, hey, you give me this amount, I'll shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
now it's gone. It's gone. Now this is in the media now. So this is bad. It's bad for Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never, yeah, like I said, this it's not a good thing, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, like we're saying, more money, more problems. Celebrities, brother.
Literally, bro. But I mean, like the whole sexual relations with 15 and 16-year-olds, man, that's tough. That's tough, man, because you know, I know Joey Crack was doing his thing. I know Joey Crack, he's doing his thing. I don't even know if he's married. I think someone told me he was married. I don't remember. But you know what I mean? When you're in that lifestyle, you're in that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And but 15 to 16-year-olds, that's a little like, man, come on, dog. Come on, Fat Joe. You got to be better than that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on. Lean back. You know what I'm saying? Jesus.
All day.
Because I like Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is some tough shit, you know? Then the
Well,
timing it couldn't be worse because what, you know, you see what else is going on. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So obviously all this stuff is kind of,
House of
it all
Cards.
kind of plays the same, it all kind of plays the same type of thing, you know? And then you saw what happened yet, R. Kelly, remember?
So
You
I'm
know,
saying.
like it's like, oh shit. That's what
This
I
is
mean, man. All these guys are affiliated. You know that, right?
so I'm saying.
Remember, Fat
It's a,
Joe did a song with R. Kelly. Well, I love that song. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. You see what
it's
I'm saying? It's like shit.
it was a house of cards that has been pulled down and is now
Literally. Now it's
collapsed.
just yes. I'm like, fuck, man. Joe too? Come on, Fat Joe. Jesus, man.
There'll be others. There'll be others.
I know, but fuck, man. I listen all like I love all their music. I'm like, shit. Like, damn, man.
That's why, that's why you got a lot of celebrities right now traveling and like outside of the United States. They're not even trying to
Yeah,
come back here. You
yeah.
know.
For real. Fuck, man.
All right. Well, that is our celebrity news. Let us move on and get into Jay's movie of the day. What are you watching today, Jay?
Well, obviously all the power went out, and then I just had I put it on the first thing that was there, and I like this movie a lot, so it's a good one. It's a Morgan Freeman movie.
Yeah,
Do you know
exactly.
this movie or no?
I can't. It was all like halfway screen, so I can't really like.
Oh, you
Um,
can't see it. This
you
fucking
could see
guy.
like
Okay.
half. You could see
Oh,
halfway.
okay. Okay. Well, it's like a three-part series in this.
More.
Yeah. It's called Along Came the Spider.
I never seen. I never seen that
Oh,
movie.
it's a great movie. It's like so I had on the first one like maybe a couple months ago or a month ago. It was the first one's called Kiss the Girls. Great fucking movie. Like this is part two to it.
That's all part two.
Yeah, this is like part two to it. Basically, like Morgan Freeman is who the character Dr. Alex Cross. You know, he's like an expert in you know, he's an expert in what he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But it's yeah, it's the Alex Cross series, and yeah. So he's like a you know DC detective, but he's like good with psychological stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they always bring him into like so basically the killer in this one brought him in to pick up the pattern or pick up the pieces.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because basically, yeah, like I said, this is part two. So he was a retired cop. Something happened to one of his people. They were killed in some sting operation. And obviously, from the first one, he had a whole traumatic thing from the East Coast and West Coast, you know, with his niece. Someone, you know, yeah, there was a couple killers going back and forth taking girls. But in this one, basically, he got dragged into it. Like they took the senator's daughter and then dragged him into it to help with the police. And then but he's trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and I'm not going to tell you the twist, but there's a plot twist, meaning someone on the inside is actually involved. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they're playing this stuff like, yeah, he's trying to help, but little does he know there's someone close to him that's manipulating all this. You know what I mean? It's a good one.
Okay.
It's a really good movie. It's a really good movie. Really good movie. Like I said, it's part two in this series. It's a really good series.
What do you rate the movie 1 to 10?
Well, the first one I gave a 10, so this one I didn't think it was as good as the first one, so I'll go 9.6.
9.6. Okay.
Yes, because a couple parts in the movie I could have gone without. Like it was like I said, it was a really good movie, but there's a couple parts that I'm like that just were unnecessary. Like I said, comparing it now to the first one, that's why.
Yeah.
The first
Exactly.
one the standard is too high. If you ain't doing the same standard, you got to be docked. You know what I mean? The first one was a 10, without a doubt. This one, 9.6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason. You know, if this was the only one in the series, this I would probably rate it a 10. But like I said, I'm comparing it to the first one now. So that's how my rating scale goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta outdo the first one. You know? That's the way I see it.
Exactly. It's the only way, man.
Yes, sir. But it was a really good movie. Really good movie. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Who do you want to do the movies on? Should we do like Michael
So many.
Wincott?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, he was the kill. He was one of the killers in this one. Well, not killers, but kidnappers. Yeah, there's a lot of popular people in this movie, dude. You
Do
pick.
you, I mean, is there anybody else you prefer to do? I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've done Morgan Freeman already. We could do Monica Potter got some good movies. You know what I mean? Like,
Monica Potter.
even Penelope Ann Miller. I know she's in movies. Yeah, whoever you want, bro. But yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie.
Let's do Monica Potter.
Yeah, we could do her. She got good ass movies too.
What is your favorite Monica Potter movie?
She's in so many fucking movies. She was just in one that I put on the other day. My favorite one's gonna have to be if not this one, I'll go Con Air.
Con Air? That's your favorite?
Yeah, I had it on the other day, remember? Yeah, she played a good role in that. She played his wife. Remember Nick Cage?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she played his wife in that one. So I'll go with that one.
And what is your favorite underrated movie of his? Or I'm sorry, of hers?
I'll go Bulletproof.
Bulletproof, really?
Oh yeah, because you wouldn't know she was in it unless you saw it. She had a really small part in it, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she had a few other movies, but I had to leave some stuff for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had a cool part in that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
For me, my favorite movie of hers, it's a tough one, but I would have to go with, I guess I would go with Patch Adams.
Great movie. Excellent movie.
And as far as underrated, if it's underrated, I guess I would go with, I don't know, Saw.
Yeah, she was. So that was one of the ones I was going to say. I left it so you can use it because she played. Remember, she played the wife again, you know, and the kid who got kidnapped. Mm-hmm. She's good at those roles.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, so obviously that's one of my favorite series ever. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why I left you that one. There was another one I could have said. Last House on the Left. She played that same type of role in that one too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, excellent. She plays that role very well, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, that is our movie of the day, and we are watching Along Came a Spider with Morgan Freeman.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Let us move on and let us see what is happening in these crypto markets today. What is going on with this whole war being announced in 2 weeks and all this other BS happening right now? Let's find out. Currently, Bitcoin is sitting at 104,334. It is down 0.71%. Number two, your largest altcoin is Ethereum, sitting at 2,506. It is down 0.71%. Your fear and greed index is at that 48, just in that neutral zone, kind of closer to the cusp of fear. So, like I said, we are just going to be going sideways probably for the next 2 weeks until we find out what the actual plan is for the war and for everything else. Your global market cap as a whole is at 3.25 trillion. It is down 0.26%. Your top five trending coins. Number one, you got Puff, down 0.8%. Number two is Bitcoin Cash, BCH. That one is up 6.25%. Number three is ESX, which is down 56%. Number four is Huma, HUMA, which is up 4%. And number five is Koji, KOGE. That one is down 0.18%. As far as your top five gainers, number one, we have Black Angus. That one is up 2,964%. Number two is CatX. That one is up 2,584%. Number three is Mubarak Trump. That one is up 1,309%. Number four is Turbo Bohm. That one is up 930%. And number five is Bohm Grok, which is up 758%. As far as your top 100, some notable mentions for the gainers. Number 23, we got Beer, which is up 242%. At number 39, we got Dura Labs, which is up 74%. At number 51, we got Agent Layer, which is up 41%. At number 65, we got Pixie, which is up 30%. At number 82, we got Smart Layer Network, which is up 22%. And for your top 100, we got, oh, damn, okay. At number 100 today, we have We Love Tits. And that one is up 16% right now. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, let us move on and get into your guys' horoscopes for tomorrow. So this is going to be for June 20th, 2025. Like I said before, we always like to kind of give to your guys' horoscopes to just help kind of guide you on your path for the next day when the horoscope does apply to your life. Let us get into it. 1 second. Let me pull it up. All right, here we go. So we always start with the first house of the zodiac, which is sign Aries. So for Aries, tomorrow, set gentle expectations. Tomorrow will probably not move as fast as you thought, but facing the day does not mean all is lost. Don't push too hard. Do not measure yourself by results. You are already doing enough. Allow things to grow at their own speed. Softened expectations give way to peace, and your energy shines when calm. Taurus, a tiny boundary is clear. Tomorrow may require a firm no or a clear backing away from anything that saps your peace of mind. Even a single stout line can create space for your calm. Do not feel guilty about protecting your time or energy. You are not meant to carry everyone's weight. The simple act of setting a boundary will give you a feeling of lightness and a sharper focus. Gemini, focus brings the reward tomorrow. Your natural mind moves too fast, but tomorrow asks for deliberate slowdowns and singular attention to one task at a time. Too many tasks will only yield half results and be filled with stress. This clarity will offer you an elegant stroke of good fortune where your energy flows undividedly and becomes potent. Cancer, be your greatest advocate. The present day may put forward a situation that calls upon your courage to speak up for yourself. Do not expect others to identify what you need. Your feelings carry weight, and so should your words. You are always there to care for others. Now it is time for you to do the same. Speak calmly and truthfully, not out of fear. Then we got J sign, Leo. The little change in energy is already working in your favor. Outwardly, if things seem at an odd standstill, an inner beauty is aligning itself. You gotta trust this invisible movement tomorrow. Don't try to force anything, but just be present and watch the change unfold naturally. All the good work you have done shall come to fruition. Virgo, tomorrow may offer a chance for the mind to probe for an answer or fix a problem. However, it is the first feeling that conveys truth. So hold your horses. Don't try to put a label on the feelings that arise in your heart. Allow those feelings to show you the core of what has been weighing on your conscious mind. Your natural wisdom grows when you keep your emotions front and center. Libra, fearless steps clarify the path. It may not be possible to paint the full picture tomorrow, yet you are not lost. You just want the next right step, and everything else will fall into line with clarity. Inner balance is forged through movement, never wait. Holding even a tiny bit of spirit in motion opens the way. Scorpio, talk from truth, and it will arrive much softer than you anticipate. Tomorrow presents an opportunity for you to share your thoughts on what you've been holding on to. You might fear how it'll be received, yet trust because your honesty has power when it's derived from love. Talk simply, no blame, no anger. Your truth will touch people in ways you can't expect. Sagittarius, oppressions could prove inspiring. Something unusually awkward may be happening to you tomorrow. Never run away from it. This is not a mistake. This is that spark. At first, that feeling of weirdness could be a realization or a lesson learned. Stay open and watch, especially if you feel out of place. Sometimes the amount of opportunity for growth springs right out of the very strange. Capricorn, don't wait for confidence. Move with conviction. Tomorrow asks you to do something you believe in, not in how ready you feel. Confidence forms in the act of moving. Trust all the efforts you have made so far and have faith in taking the next step. You do not need to be perfect in preparation. All you need is a strong intention. Aquarius, as the day draws to a close, a window of quiet contemplation opens, free from distractions. Whatever was troubling may gently resolve in the silence. The breath of life must enter your ideas. You don't have to think everything through tonight. Go ahead and grasp what lies in your heart. Tomorrow, the reflections blossoms into movement. Last but not least, we have our Pisces. It is time to release whatever weighs you that were never your, whatever weights you have that were never yours. Opportunities to dispel the storm clouds of gloom and doom may arise tomorrow. Be gentle to yourself and allow release. You are not responsible for others' happiness. Your peace counts too. Do not feel guilty about setting yourself free from anything that steals your soul. Release of spirit would light the sky above you better. All right, guys, that is our horoscopes for June 20th, 2025. Like I said, we like to do that to help guide you along your days tomorrow. And Pure and Light is wanting to know, they say, Kiss the Girls and Along Came the Spider are based on novels by James Patterson. So that is a fact.
Yeah.
And then Pure Light Night says, do horoscopes really apply to night owls? Do they apply to you, Jay?
Sometimes. I'd say not so much. Like I said, they're a good little base, but I'm more on the numerology. Yeah,
Numerology?
numerology or even Chinese zodiac. It's more accurate, you know. It's only because they changed our calendars, back in the day. Remember, we had 13 months and 28 days a month back before the what was the Gregorian calendar, right? So we had, yeah, they
Yeah.
changed that up. So that's why I'm yeah, a little different. It's a
Yeah,
good little
exactly.
basis for everyone though, to know what they are and to have a little, okay. But yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely don't base anything of my life, according to it.
of course.
It's good to have though.
Yep, little base, like
That's
you
what I
said,
mean. Yeah,
guiding people.
for sure.
Shout out to the 68 people watching, by the way. Please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share. And let us move on to my conspiracy for today. So, let's see.
That's funny. He said night owls from yesterday. My conspiracy.
Yeah,
That's tight.
All right, let us get into. I know I think we went over this. So I think Jay, you might have went over this, but I wanted to get into a little bit deeper, and that is the hidden depths of California, where we have secret underwater networks that run all the way up into Nevada.
Yeah, remember I was going to
Remember
finish
that, Jay?
my conspiracy on it. Remember, I just did one city. Remember?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk about the whole thing, kind of
it's
get into a
good.
little bit more depth.
It's a good thing.
So let's talk about it, guys. So California, it's not just a state of beaches and mountains. It's also a land of many secrets, secrets that are buried beneath the waves and the dirt. I'm talking about a vast network of underwater tunnels stretching from the Pacific coast all the way up to Nevada, hidden in plain sight. And it all ties back to the ancient waters of Lake Tulare, the flood prone Los Banos region in the California that was once more ocean than land. So let's find out how deep this rabbit hole really goes. Let's start with the big picture. California's history is wet, and I'm talking about real wet. Geologists will tell you that millions of years ago, much of the Central Valley was an inland sea. Fast forward to more recent times, and you've got Lake Tulare, a massive body of water that dominated the southern San Joaquin Valley until the late 19th century. And you also have the Salton Sea, which is all that whole area, which was all part of, that has a lot of water in that part. The Salton Sea still has some of the water there. At its peak, Lake Tulare was the largest freshwater lake west of the Mississippi, covering up to 1,000 square miles. It was so big that steamboats chugged across it carrying goods and people. The Yokuts people navigated it in reed boats, fishing and trading. This wasn't some puddle, it was a lifeline, a watery heart of California. But here's where it gets weird. By the early 20th century, Lake Tulare was gone. Poof, drained by settlers who diverted rivers for agriculture, turning wetlands into farmland. They'll tell you it was all about progress, about feeding a growing nation. But what if that's only half the story? What if the draining of Lake Tulare wasn't just about crops, but about hiding something beneath the surface, something that needed to stay submerged out of sight? So let's talk about also Los Banos, a small town in Merced County, right in the heart of the Central Valley. If you've ever driven through, you might have noticed it's flat, almost unnaturally so. That's because Los Banos sits on what used to be part of Lake Tulare's extended wetlands. The area floods like clockwork. Every heavy rain turns fields into lakes, roads into rivers. In 1983 and 97, and even as recently as 2023, Los Banos and nearby areas were underwater after storms. Locals will tell you it's just bad drainage, but that's not the truth. Why does it flood so easily? Because the land remembers. It's trying to reclaim what was taken, a watery network that still exists just below the surface. And here's the real kicker. Those floods aren't random. They're clues to a hidden infrastructure, a system of tunnels and channels carved into the earth, connecting California's Central Valley to places far beyond. And where do they all lead? Nevada. Yeah, you heard me. Under the Sierra Nevada, through the bedrock, all the way to the deserts of the Silver State. But why and who built them? Let's back up and look at Lake Tulare again. Historians say it was drained by diverting rivers like the Kings and Kern into canals for irrigation. But what if those canals were more than they seemed? What if they were built to disguise the entrances to something bigger? Think about it. California's Central Valley is crisscrossed with canals, aqueducts, and reservoirs. The California Aqueduct alone stretches 400 miles, moving water from the Sacramento Delta to Southern California. Officially, it's for farms and cities, but what if it's a cover for something else? A network of tunnels that can move more than just water. Picture this, guys. Underwater passages reinforced with concrete and steel, wide enough for small submersibles or even manned pods. These tunnels snake beneath the Central Valley, following the ancient riverbeds that once fed Lake Tulare. They dip under the Sierra Nevada using geothermal heat to power their systems and emerge in Nevada's remote basins. Why Nevada, you ask? Because it's the perfect place to hide. You have Area 51, Nellis Air Force Base, the Nevada test site. Nevada's got more secrets per square mile than anywhere else. An underground link from California would be the ultimate backdoor, invisible to satellites and prying eyes. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. This sounds like some BS sci-fi shiznit, but hear me out. There is evidence if you know where to look. Let's go back to Los Baños. During those floods, farmers have reported strange things, machinery getting stuck in sinkholes that shouldn't exist, water draining into the ground faster than it should. In 97, a farmer near Los Baños claimed he found a perfectly circular hole in his field after a flood, too smooth to be natural. He said it was like a drain pulling water down into the earth. The county dismissed it as a collapsed irrigation pipe, but that was just a weak excuse. A pipe doesn't carve a 10-foot wide hole overnight. Then there's the seismic data. Geologists have mapped faults and aquifers under the Central Valley for years, but some of their findings doesn't add up. In the 1980s, USGS surveys near Fresno detected anomalies, cavities in the bedrock that didn't match known caves or aquifers. They wrote it off as geological irregularities, but what if those cavities are man-made? Tunnels, maybe, or chambers for staging equipment. And here's the clincher. During a 2015 earthquake near Kalinga, just south of Los Baños, locals reported hearing a low hum like machinery coming from the ground. Not the usual rumble of a quake, but something mechanical. The media, of course, ignored it, but it's all over old forum posts if you dig deep enough. So let's connect everything. The whole Nevada, Sierra Nevada mountains. So are the Sierra Nevada mountains so the Sierra Nevada mountains, they are a natural barrier, but they're not impenetrable. There are old mining tunnels from the gold rush era, some of which go deeper than anyone's willing to admit. And in the 1860s, miners near Placerville reported finding unnatural passages in the rock, tunnels too smooth to be hand dug, leading in directions that made no sense for mining. The stories were buried, but they're in dusty archives if you look. What if those tunnels were part of an older network, repurposed by someone, maybe the government, maybe someone else for modern use? And Nevada's got its own weird water stories. Take Walker Lake near Hawthorne. It's a desert lake shrinking for decades, but locals say it never dries up completely, even in droughts. Some claim there are springs beneath it, fed by underground channels from the Sierra Nevada. Hydrologists say that's unlikely, but what if those channels aren't natural? What if they're part of the same network, carrying water or something else from California? So yeah, guys. Why keep it all a secret, And at the end of the day, obviously, it's always control. Whoever runs these tunnels has a grip on California and Nevada's most valuable resource, which is the water. They could manipulate floods, droughts, even entire economies. And if the network's as old as I think, it might predate the government itself. Some say the Spanish knew about underground rivers where they colonized California, legends of Rios Ocultos that fed the missions. Maybe they built on something even older, something the Yakuts or Kumash knew about but never shared. So, the final piece of the puzzle. In 2023, when storms refilled parts of Lake Tulare for the strange things were happening. Fishermen reported seeing lights under the water at night, like submerged beacons. Drones sent to investigate crashed for no reason. And in Los Baños, a local kid found a metal hatch in a flooded field, rusted but sealed tight. He posted about it on X before his account went silent. The hatch was gone by the time anyone checked. So what's the truth? I don't have all the answers, guys, but I know this. California is not what it seems. Beneath the farms, the freeways, and the ghosts of Lake Tulare, there's a network, hidden, active, and stretching all the way to Nevada. The floods are just the surface. Next time it rains, keep your eyes open. You might see something you're not supposed to. So yeah, guys. I just wanted to go over that with you guys because California is pretty crazy, and there is a lot of underground things hidden. So yeah. Pure Light Night says they changed the Caesarian calendar to become the Gregorian calendar. So
See?
that was for you, Jay.
Exactly.
And they also say that the Salton Sea was made by the Colorado River. That is probably right, and it's also that. And nowadays they say that it's also just agricultural runoff from the Central Valley from all the farms and stuff. That water has nowhere to go, so it's just like runoff, which could be also part of the whole same system. Even Colorado River. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, California was once a great place of much water everywhere. We had a huge lake in the middle of the whole state, which was well documented. And yeah, during 2023, I actually got to see some of that lake resubmerge, and it was beautiful. It was really nice. Crazy. California was much different back in the day, and that all, I guarantee you, Jay, that all ties into this whole what they found in the Grand Canyon with all this ancient relic stuff, because that probably wasn't just part of just the Grand Canyon. It was probably all connected with all these tunnels and stuff that are over here too.
Of course. And
So
the
who knows?
water. The
Yeah,
water and everything. Yeah.
So who knows what really is going on with all these secrets that California possesses. All right, guys. Well, that is our conspiracy theory, and that was our final segment of the show. We do want to thank you for being on here. Shout out to the 67 people watching. Thank you so much. We do love you. Shout out to you guys for being on here with us. Our show is all about health, wealth, and happiness. That is our motto for the show and for us. And to give you guys our final segment, or our final, little thing that we do for you guys, we get into our words of wisdom. So Jay and me, we will give that to you right now before we end the show. What do you got for them today, Jay, for the final words of wisdom?
I'm going with a different person today. One that I don't usually go with. It was on my social media. So it's gratitude is riches and complaint is poverty. It definitely, when I read it, I was like, it definitely makes the most sense. Why? Because we always preach about you got to have an attitude of gratitude. Why? Because you got to appreciate the good things in life. You know what I mean? You got to be thankful for what you have, because that brings more. You know what I mean? Always got to be thankful for what you have. And complaint is poverty. That's just, it's self-explanatory. You know what I mean? You can't focus on negativity. You know what I mean? It's like I said, that I believe is self-explanatory as well, because if you focus on negative like aspects of life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It comes. You know what I mean? This is stuff you see on a daily. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, and that quote is by Doris Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like I said, I didn't even know who that was when I had looked it up. She was an actress and a singer. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know much about her, but she said that, and I was like, okay, I like that one. So that's what we're going with today.
Cool. All right. And to finish off the show and just kind of go off of what Jay was saying. So let's take a moment to ground ourselves in gratitude. We have to be thankful for what you have, your home, your loved ones, even the small little joys that you have. When you cherish what's in your hands, you open the door for more blessings to flow. As the great mystic Rumi once said, wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will feed every corner of your life. So you guys, you got to stay grateful. You got to keep seeking truth and watch the universe unfold its many great gifts for you. But the thing is, you just have to believe, and you have to have gratitude every day for your life, because sometimes you just overthink it, like, oh yeah, I have the car that I get to go to work with, I have this family, I have this and that. And there's other people that don't have that, and we take that for granted a lot of times. So you guys, it is really important to just be of gratitude and be thankful for everything that is in your life, that still is in your life, and that you are positive, that is giving you some kind of positive feelings of blessing. Because once you realize that, and then you take those small little joys every day and you turn them into blessings, then you're going to have blessings upon blessings upon blessings. And that's just the way, that's the fact of life, and that's the fact of how the universe works. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Alyssa, she says Doris Day is a legend. You'd know her if I played you some of her music.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Digging it.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. Please catch us again tomorrow. We will be on at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, as long as Jay's or mine power does not go out, and we will not be late if that does happen. So yeah. That's what happened today. That's why we're a little late. So we do apologize. Shout out to the 70 people watching. Please, we will see you on tomorrow. Thank you again.